Welcome to the Two-Thirds Podcast. I'm Grant. Yay! And we also have my co-host,
Adam Cole, baby! Ring of Honor champion, Cam.
Mm-hmm. And because it's two-thirds, that makes 1, 2...
Who's our third today?
Who's our third?
My name's Cory.
Yay!
With an E? EY or just Y?
No, E.
With an I?
No E.
You're not a slutty Cory?
Cory.
No, I know that. It's for the internet. They want to know.
I'm definitely not a slutty Cory.
No.
Is that the rule?
Have you ever noticed that? Like, it just sluts up a name so much if you put I in
instead of
you
a
replace
Y?
the Y.
Well, I meant like
Brittany with
EY,
an
Cory,
I.
not IE.
No, I know what you meant, but...
Oh,
Yeah.
but like
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Like Tori,
No, just I.
No, yeah, like Tori with T-O-R-I.
T-O-R-I.
Yeah,
Or
like-
Brittany, B-R-I-T-T-E-N-I.
Wow. I haven't seen that spelling in a while. I've seen it.
I've seen it.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one, but yeah.
That's
No, I
true.
agree.
Or like, even like, okay, I'm just gonna say a name.
I'm not saying they are sluttier. It just seems like it's slutted
Oh,
up.
for sure. Like, I'm gonna say a name here, and just first thing that comes to mind, I guarantee it's gonna be something like, okay, girl named Mercedes.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I know. Like, they're cars. You're like, or like Porsche. That one's that's a new one. But
I
it's
see
like,
stripper all written all over that.
oh yeah, no, that's what we're getting at.
Okay. As far as names go, but
Yep.
naming after a car, you know what? The name I love is DeLorean.
As a name.
As a name, girl or guy?
DeLorean. Okay. I mean, as a guy, you could call it nickname D-Lo.
Yeah.
And then as a girl, Lori.
Yeah.
All right,
Or-
all
I
right.
can see
It's
that.
really,
Alright.
it's a nice name.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
it would be a great name.
All right, well,
Turns out no one ever uses it.
Well, yeah.
I've never heard it before. But...
Well, DeLorean's
I
from,
did
like,
look.
Back
I
to the
did
Future.
look.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've
did
heard of it
look
as a
up-
car.
Yeah.
I did look up a statistics, and it was only in Europe, and there was only 13. So
In Europe.
in Europe,
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a
It'll become a
This is
trend.
bottom of
something I
the,
really want.
This is like bottom of the barrel's dry, and you're going in trying to scrape
this
for
is
something.
this is Grant's original name.
You could start it here.
You put on the internet. It's
Yeah,
over
I just
now.
put it on the internet. No one take it.
2017 name of the year.
As
DeLorean.
Grant points at no one's.
Yeah.
Somebody's having a kid tomorrow. Guess what it's named?
DeLorean. Wait.
What'd you name your kid? Oh, it's D-Lo.
Did you? Okay. Have you ever had the conversation with your parents if you were going to be the opposite sex, what they would have named you?
I don't think I have.
No.
Lauren.
Okay.
Yep.
I think. Well, my parents knew I was going to be a boy, but if I was going to be a girl, I'm pretty sure I still would have been named Cameron, to be honest. 'Cause-
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, because I haven't actually fully had the conversation, but I've heard my mom talk about it plenty of times at like family get-togethers in regards to
Yeah, it is a unisex name.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I just had to think about it. Do I
Yeah.
know any girls? Yes, I do.
Well, Cory's a unisex name too. Like I could have been.
Well, yeah, you put an I. At
You
the
could have
end.
been an I, just
I could have been the sluttiest
C
Cory.
O
I don't know.
C-O-R-I.
Oh boy.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know
calling
about
you. I'm calling you that from now on. Only you will know.
What's that,
That'd be
Cory
funny.
with an I?
No, I'm just gonna say, "Hey, Cory," and you'll know.
And I'll know.
Yeah.
I'll know when I visualize what you just said. There's
You'll
an
know.
I there.
Oh, you'll know.
I just found the title for this episode.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh, yeah! Because it's my name!
All right.
All right, well, since we're here, get ready. Is your seat hot?
Yeah, it's great.
Good.
Toasty.
Good transitions. Killer at it. Hamburger or hot dog?
Hot dog all day.
What condiments would you put on that hot
Just
dog?
ketchup and mustard, nothing else.
No relish.
No, the relish is good. Don't get me wrong, but like ketchup and mustard is just like the classic.
And you know what I like about like ketchup and mustard compared to relish? Because I'm a relish mustard guy. Relish, hard to get a hold of. And when you do get a hold of it, always in the packet. And you either get all juice or all pickle cube. You never get both. Nope. No one's with me on this one? Grant's like thinking about it. I don't know if he's with me or not.
I don't know.
Relish is pickles?
You don't.
Are you... What, really?
Yes.
Yes.
Why do I not use relish on things then?
Like relish is just pickles.
It's funny because I
It's
don't.
cubed up like pickles.
Yeah, with like
Cubed up in
whatever
jellied
juice.
pickles?
Yeah, jellied.
Literally,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
It's funny because I don't actually like pickles on burgers or anything, but I
Yeah,
like
me
relish
neither.
on them.
Oh, I love a good pickle.
Oh, I can eat
Oh, no,
pickles by
pickles are
themselves.
great.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we're talking
about
on
that.
burgers.
On like a sandwich or
Oh,
a
on a
burger or
burger?
something. No,
Pickles on anything.
Really?
Yeah, I put pickles on everything.
You
you should probably start
You
using
should.
some relish.
You know, relish
When I
is
was a
going to be
kid-
in your
when
world
I was a
soon.
kid, I used to eat like 3 or 4 pickles,
Okay.
and my stomach would hurt a little bit. So then I'd drink a gallon of milk, and just be like, and then be even in more pain. But it tasted so good. I just did. I did stupid shit as a kid.
We all did.
Food wise.
Well, yeah, that's like. Did you know that?
Did you have diarrhea after that?
All the time.
Yeah, because
every time
when I worked
it curdles your stomach.
Yeah,
Everything.
because
I was gonna say it's got a curdle for sure.
Yeah.
One of my previous coworkers told me that if you eat a cucumber and then you drink a glass of milk, you have diarrhea. And cucumber is basically just a pickle that hasn't been pickled yet, so
Yeah.
makes sense that would happen.
You know what's a super Slavic thing to do is to put like cream over. Is to get like a bowl and put cream, not pickles, cucumbers and red onions.
Yep.
And a shitload of all of it.
Yeah, it's cucumber salad. My parents make it all the time. Because my grandparents made it, and they're from Icelandic. Like, not literally, like, I think they're like third or fourth removed Iceland.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So do you eat this stuff when you can't crap, or what?
No, I don't eat it at all. I hate it.
Well, you know what's funny?
So much. I'm not a big red onion.
My dad eats it.
I don't like red onions that much either.
Well, my dad eats it all
on its own. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, but he eats it all the time. But he also eats it with head cheese, which is like.
My grandpa used to eat that stuff. That's disgusting.
I don't know. There's a huge.
I don't even know why it's called cheese. It's not even cheese.
It's like. It's pork. I don't even know. It's like gelatin. It's like
no. My baba makes it.
Okay, perfect.
My Ukrainian grandmother makes it.
Yeah.
Baba. She goes to a butcher shop and she gets all the pieces of the face and garbage meat and shoves it in a jar and some jelly and like gelatizing stuff. Throws it in the basin for a little bit and boom, head cheese.
Yeah.
And
it's then
disgusting.
Did she put vinegar on it with pepper too?
No, my Gita eats it.
Oh.
And he puts it on a cracker with some jelly.
That's what my grandpa used to do too. Put it on a cracker.
Okay.
You use it like cheese.
But it's
most
not cheese.
Definitely is not cheese.
No. I get maybe the head part's just literally chunks of meat head.
Chunks of meat from some animal's face.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the cheese is a lie. Is what it is.
It really is. It's just there to make it sound like it's edible, but it's not.
It's so, and you know what's great is like when you move it too, like everything does like, it's like it makes a sound too. Like I can hear the sound, but I can't even like imitate it. It makes a sound on a plate. I don't know.
You and I used to work at a deli, Ken.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you love it when you had to deal with the head cheese? Because there's always that one guy. I know you know the guy. It was like an older guy who came in and always wanted freaking head cheese.
But he got it a chunk, right? He didn't get slices.
No, he got a chunk.
I didn't know they sold head cheese there.
Yep, they did.
Well, it's not the kind of head cheese you're thinking. Like you're probably thinking the head cheese where it's like a square like homemade slab.
Yeah.
Well, ours is like in a tube. Like you can literally slice it into slices, but it's disgusting because like the blade is
it's like the same size as salami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and like you can slice it, but in the slices you have to do at least like a 1/4 inch because if you do thinner, the gelatin chunks just pick up on the bottom of the blade and shoot back at you. It's disgusting. And I know this because Granton had to deal with this. Like, or there'd be people like in this deli would be like, "Oh, can I have 500 grams of pizza pepperoni and have it thinly sliced?" Have you ever seen how big a pizza pepperoni is? You know how many strokes you have to do to get like 10 pieces, let alone 500 grams? That's like 100 pieces. It's ridiculous.
100?
More than, I don't know.
It's way more
I just
than
remember.
It's like 200 slices.
I'll never forget the gentleman, he bought like, we had 4/5 of the whole log left. And he's like, yeah, I'll buy the whole thing. Could you slice it? And I'm like, today's my day. Oh, and
Looks like I don't have to go to the gym today.
It took forever.
Oh my God.
Forever. And I just remember, like, I hated that guy so bad. I remember that day. Like, I remember which slicer I was using, what machine I used to weigh it. It was the worst. It was the worst. Just that day. I didn't mind the deli. Yeah.
I liked the deli.
It was fun.
I loved Thursday nights when no one would come in and I could just sit in the back and just eat my... Well, we used to take vitamin waters and the fridge always just rattled. So when you put it in the freezer. You put it in the freezer and you come back an hour later and it was a slush.
Yeah,
because it shook it so much that it couldn't freeze perfectly.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was so amazing. Good. And then where like they'd be like, oh, you'd show up and our boss would be like, hey, can you guys like cut this up and sample it? And like the odd time you'd hit gold and it'd be like pepperoni sticks. And we're like, oh, we're just gonna wait till she leaves at 5:30 and then eat all 20 of those. Yeah, or you cut deals with because it was attached to the a la carte, and so you'd be like, I'll give you 2 pepperoni sticks for a small wedge box, and they're like, deal. And then you do it at the end of the night as you're both leaving. Like, I know they were told to throw it out, and one time he's like, hey, I'm throwing this out, Cam. it's in a plastic bag, but I'm throwing it out, okay? Can you throw my garbage out for me later? I'm like, no problem, buddy. And then I would take it out, put it in my backpack, and go throw the garbage out. And it'd be like 20 chicken wings, like 3 large wedge fries, and then like 1 piece of like turkey leg that was busted or something. I don't know. Yeah, it was great. Wait, where did you work when you were younger? Like in not specific stores, but like areas.
So like around where we
Like
grew
what
up.
it had to do with. Not like literally
there,
the area.
there's a frozen foods store. I think you kind of probably would figure out.
Oh
what it
yeah,
is.
yeah. Okay. Did you have any crazy like interesting customers or anything like that?
I don't know, but we have some pretty similar situations to what you were just talking about.
Oh
where
yeah, I think everyone does.
we need to put something out for sample. Oh, okay. You put like 2 little slices out. The rest of it, that's just in the back for you to eat.
Oh no, that's lunch. I didn't eat lunch.
No. When I
That's
didn't
mine.
when I did have lunch, we had a company policy where if you found a box in the back that was damaged in any way, you couldn't sell it, so you had to write it off. And the write-offs then became like samples, but they actually just became our lunch because our buddy Ty, I used to work there with him.
No, he's been on podcast.
Yeah. He
Phoned in once.
He taught
did.
me on like maybe my first or second shift that if you're ever hungry, you just go in the back, grab a box, throw it on the floor, and then all of a sudden the box is dented. You can't sell that.
There's no
and then you
camera
just
to
stick it.
prevent
No,
this.
there's definitely
No
it's like
way!
a small business. The only camera is like pointed right on where the safe is. So,
Oh wow.
yeah. So
As long as you don't drop it on the safe, you're good.
no, as long as you do it in the freezer, you're good to go. And then you just take it out of the freezer, put it in the oven, and you got lunch.
That's awesome.
That was
great.
beautiful. That was
I love that.
That was the best job. Oh, I would have stayed there like all throughout university if they didn't switch owners.
Yeah.
When they switched owners, they just got completely new
Well,
staff.
yeah, because
so.
I'm assuming also, I'm not saying you were the downfall of the company at all, but like when you have
You
workers.
definitely enabled it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you were contributing to the downfall for sure. You were just like second day, you're supposed to get trained on everything. I'm sure it's not the company policy. Hey, you hungry? Go smash that box. Like,
You know what? You're totally right.
Did you never do that with the fruit guys? Because where the deli was, where
Oh,
Cam
where
and
we
I
worked,
there
yeah.
was also like the fruits and
The fruits,
vegetables
yeah,
section.
like
it's
make
right
the
from- I
eggs
know
with the
exactly
fruit
where
guys?
that is.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name was. There was one guy who was always there on the Thursday nights when I was doing nothing.
Thursday and Friday nights were like they didn't care.
I'm gonna say his name was Joel. I can't remember. I honestly so
Joey,
long ago.
whatever.
Hey Joel, and I'd come over and I'd be like, "Can I have one of those grapes that you dropped?" And
You
he'd
know what I
look
know
at me and go, "What?" You know, the ones you dropped.
Got it, buddy.
Got it.
Hey, you got any other samples of
Finger
those
guns.
sweet new honey garlic pepperoni sticks? I do, actually. They're in the back. Let me go get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've all learned we're terrible employees if
Oh,
we're
yeah,
younger.
for sure.
But that's, live and learn. Obviously, don't do it now. But, I mean, I don't think so.
God, no.
That'd be great,
No,
though.
there's enough free
Not that
food
I
at my work
can
now.
take stuff from work. I mean, I could take a pen.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, speaking of, I was like, well, obviously I was at work today, but like, my pen started running out, and I'm like, hey, can I have one? And they're like, actually, all these pens are for the new trainees, and I'm like, can I just? So I just took it. So one person getting trained, not getting a pen today.
Nice.
Sucks for them.
Yeah, that's too bad. The world's a cold place. They will have to adjust. It's okay. Someone's always a go-getter. They always got their own
I had a pen
pens.
run out today too, so I went to the cupboard. I grabbed a whole box of pens.
You took one out, and you brought the rest home, didn't you?
No, they're all on my desk.
No, I'm
but,
talking about.
but yeah, no, I don't need one, man. If that's gonna run out eventually too, might as well just take the whole box.
Is it like a clicky pen or just the
I had-
standard Bic
No,
lid grip?
I had the clicky pen, but it was crap. So I was when I went in the cupboard, I saw those ones. I was like, no, let's see what else there is. And then like the ones I took were purple, which is a little weird. But it's not like I'm filling out any forms by hand that I need to send off to people. So
yeah,
it's just for my own use.
you
So
have purple gel pens now.
yeah, and they're amazing. So that's why I took the whole box.
You're gonna take those.
They used to have red.
At some point, it's possible, but
Yeah, they used to have blue gel pens at my work, and I loved it. But then they stopped, and they got the even better ones. It looks like it's like a triangular shaped pen. It's not round. It's like not hard triangle, like it's rounded edges.
Yep.
But you take the cap off, and it's an actual like felt piece, like a
Oh,
very hard felt piece.
dang.
And it's not gel.
Yeah.
It's an ink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Those will have to
That
change for
shit
doodling too. Aren't
Never ends.
they? Yeah.
I got one of every color.
And it feels so smooth too when you're writing. You're like, oh my God, look, there's no pen drive.
The only thing is, if you have to write really small, you gotta grab a different pen
because it blots
you. Yeah, it blots a little bit.
You're writing 8 font, and it's like, hey Grant, what is this? You're like, my thesis. It's all one block. What are you talking about? What is this?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
What role does TV play in your life?
Every day, man. I love TV.
Like, do you watch it, like, every day for breakfast and like?
No, not in the morning, but every day. Like when I get home from work, it's like video games and TV. That's video games first, and then TV, and then go to bed. Because TV kind of like it's like kind of like little wind down for the day before I go to sleep.
What are you into right now? TV wise?
So much. I can't wait till Game of Thrones starts up again.
Ugh. When is that happening?
It's a little late this year because they're filming. I don't want to give it away, but they got to film it at a certain time of the year.
Oh, okay.
For basically the plot of the season.
Because it's winter.
I didn't want to say that, but I guess you just did. So yeah, so they have to film when it's like snowing outside and wherever they're filming. So
right, that's fair.
So yeah, I heard it's delayed. Other than that, like I don't know. I watch like, have you seen the show Alone? It's like they dropped like 10 people off. The past season have been in some on the coast of BC somewhere.
Okay.
They drop them off in the wild, and then they're like all like separate from each other. And they literally have.
Yes, I have heard of this.
Yeah, they literally have nothing, and the goal is to just out-survive the other people, and you have like a phone that you can call to get help when you need to leave. So like you tap out when you're done.
Give up.
Yeah, and then the last person standing gets like $500,000 or something. So
how long do they normally last?
The first season, I think the guy who won was like around 40 days. The second season was like I think just over 2 months. And then this is the third season now. They just had the first episode last week. I'm assuming it'll be like more than 3 months.
Okay, so they obviously get dropped off with some camera equipment.
Yeah, they have to film themselves. They have like a whole bunch of cameras and they have to film themselves, which is probably one of the harder parts about it. Yeah. But I do think like that probably helps them in some way because like I feel like one of the hardest things about that is just being completely by yourself. So at least there's a camera and you're talking to the camera, so it's kind of like a little bit of interaction.
So you're gonna get something out of it because you could like talk and still like they probably imagine like being alone, like they're totally by themselves, right?
Yeah.
Like
no, people they actually do go crazy still. Like after like a couple weeks, people they start just like crying randomly.
I question the authenticity of this.
They have to
mostly the only thing I would nitpick about it is how do they get the footage without running out?
It's like every I think it's once a week or once every 2 weeks. The people from the show come and stop by and they do a routine medical exam and they switch their camera footage.
Okay, so that is part of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, but it never shows that on camera until like that's how they like tell the person who won that they won. They're like, oh, we're stopping by for a routine medical check. And then they come with like their family and they're like, oh, you won, haha.
And they're like,
okay.
And they're like, fair. No clothes or boxes.
As long as you're not like hiding that.
Like, no, they're not.
It's cool.
It's completely transparent.
Wait, what's the rule on like? Do you have to wear certain clothes, or can you just show up like?
There's like you're allowed to bring like 10 items. I don't know what the rules on clothes are, but like it seems like most people come with like a full like pants and whatever, but they also come with like a jacket and boots and stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, think if you're 10 articles, like you're gonna want to go with like probably maybe 2 pairs of socks, 3. No, I go
what
2.
What would be the highest top of your list for items that you'd bring then?
Like an axe and a fire starter.
Here,
those are like for sure.
Those are man, I feel like that would be key.
10 is like I don't even know if I could do just 10 because there's so many things.
Okay, we're gonna Justin. You got your axe and your fire starter. We'll forego your clothes. Don't count. You can bring a full your clothes. Don't count.
In the show,
I'm pretty sure. I don't actually know if the clothes do count towards the 10 or not. I'm not sure. Maybe if you like want to bring something extra,
like a jacket.
I think even
I feel like a jacket.
Maybe everyone brings a jacket, so I don't know if that's one of the 10 items or not. But
okay, we give you a backpack. You got an axe, fire starter. What else you got?
Okay, so like, just gonna base most of it off of what I've seen so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Some sort of like, everyone always brings either like a net or something to fish with. So I would bring like either like a net that you can set up like in the shallows, and then when tide comes in, the fish come in, they get caught in the net, and you can. Lots of people profit like tons off that. That's how they get like a lot of their food. Or some people bring like a couple hooks. I don't know if one hook counts as one item or you get I don't know. But and then they.
That's right. We'll say hooks.
And then they like just kind of cast with their hands and catch stuff. So like for sure something to catch fish. That's one item.
Okay.
probably like an extra tarp, because I know you're provided with one tarp, which is like super helpful for building a shelter, but it seems like a lot of people bring an extra one because like
versatile things on Earth.
yeah, well,
yeah,
it's so helpful like when it comes to like you just need in my opinion you need like a tarp for on top of your shelter to like keep the rain out, but like you also need something for the bottom in case rain like seeps in through the floor. Like you need something to keep yourself not wet, because like if you get wet you're screwed.
Yeah, because you get cold, leads to sickness.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
rope.
It's CK rope. If I had never seen the show before, rope would have been on my list. But it seems like from what I see, they find so much stuff that can be used as rope, because you're allowed anything that you find that just like washes on the shore, you're allowed to use.
Oh, so
they
then
find
just
so
find
much
rope.
stuff, and a rope is like it's not just rope, but it's like anything that can be used as rope. They find it so often that I don't even know if I would bring rope. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
interesting.
I'm sure there's like a lot of extra stuff that I'm not thinking of, but like, what do you guys think you
What
bring?
about a Game Boy? I'm kidding.
No, see,
Yeah, die real quick.
See, I went to go say, like, oh, I'd bring a GPS, or I'd bring this. But then I'm like, wait, you can't plug it in.
It'll die, yeah.
What?
You can't plug it in, and it's not really part of the show. You don't need to. You don't
What
really.
climate are they in?
Okay,
Are
so
they different?
okay, the third season is different. The first two seasons were in the same place. They're in Vancouver. They dropped them off in fall, or not on Vancouver Island, like somewhere. So it's like super rainy, and then as time goes on, it starts getting cold and it starts snowing. So like that's super tough. They have to like adapt to being freezing all the time.
Okay.
And it's always raining, so that's like even worse. It's harder to start fires. Your clothes get wet, then you're screwed, right? So, a lot of it is like it's raining. They're just sitting in their tent or whatever shelter they built for like the whole day because they don't want to get wet. So like I don't know. I think it's hard. And then this season they're like it's somewhere off the coast of Argentina, so like. I think the climate's going to be kind of the same. It's going to be super rainy and stuff, and then they're really close to like the southern, like Antarctica kind of, so it's going to snow eventually too. But
Okay.
I think it's completely different in like the animals and stuff that are there.
I was gonna say because just being Canadians, like we're way more acclimatized to like moose and bear and all that. Like I'm still terrified of those animals, but when I think of a moose and a bear and like a deer, I'm like and cougar. Sure, I'm scared, but I'm like, oh, okay. When I think of Argentina, I don't know if this is a climate, but like scorpions or snakes, like I'm terrified. It's over. The moment I see one, I'm like, oh, I'm dying. I'm dead.
They apparently also still have cougars down there too. First episode, there was like
Pumas.
a guy could see the eyes of a puma, and it was like literally 100 yards from him. I was like, ooh, like I'd be crapping myself.
And then
right
they
there.
cut to commercial.
No, then the end of the show. So I get to, it's actually on today, so I get to find out what happens when I get home. But yeah, it's
Okay.
Just being out,
It's
like
crazy.
where my parents have a cabin.
Yeah.
There are cougars out there. I know that if I see a cougar, I'm safe.
yeah. If you don't see it, that's when you need to be concerned.
Yeah. If you can't see it anymore, you're fucked.
Yep, because they attack from the back, and one strike is gonna kill you. They
one
go straight for
strike
your
at
neck.
your neck. They try to get around your neck and right into your.
And
jugular.
always from behind, so you never see them coming. And then once they get a hold of your neck, you're dead.
Because why for the neck?
jugular.
It's just where they kill you.
If you get your throat cut.
Oh, and I
you
guess just
bleed out
based
real
off like
quick.
years and years of like cougars or whatnot, like studies.
I'm sure
they
one
would
cougar
notice.
would do that, and then taught us his.
Well, no, I
babies
just
to
meant
do
like
that,
like
and
I was
then-
leading to like most like necks are distinguishable on almost any animal that would have a neck. You'd be like, oh, that's clearly where I'm gonna hit them, and like it's clear like head moving, neck, like, and it's like
Fragile.
that for most animal. Yeah.
Mine feels fragile.
Yeah.
Theirs must be too.
Whoa, I didn't know that about cougars.
Yep.
I'm sure you probably have told me hundreds of times at this point, but
I'm pretty sure I told you at
I'd be-
least the one time we were planning on going and playing Man Tracker.
yeah. And then you're like, maybe we shouldn't, guys. There's cougars here, and then I was like, oh yeah, let's not. I like living. That's a thing. Just for now.
All right,
kinda like
I'm adding it to my bag right now. Something that I'm gonna be able to fight off an animal with.
Well,
To
you're
a knife.
I don't know
your
if my
hammer
I don't know
already.
if my axe is gonna be
Your
good
axe?
enough.
So you gotta get.
I might need a hunting knife or
Hunting
something.
knife.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we're counting, that would be 5 items.
I still
So
got a
then, but
bunch
if they
left,
allow
but-
you 10, like, and they don't count like depending on clothes, then that would totally make sense as to how fast you would fill up, because then you'd have like your boots would be 6, jacket would be 7, hat would be 8, and or toque would be 9, gloves 10. Like that would be. So
Pretty
I
simple.
didn't even. I thought it'd be like Survivor, like climate, not like where it's like
Oh,
Vancouver.
they make it
on like
really
a desert.
hard.
You're thinking like a desert.
But 500 grand? That's not. I
It's
mean,
not-
that's a life-changing amount of money.
But it's not like as much as you'd expect for something like that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, then again, like,
I think
what
like
did
a
that
million.
guy look like after 40 days? Like, did
Okay,
he?
they all lose tons of weight. They all lose like most of their body weight. So like this guy was like pretty chubby when he first went there. He was like super thin after, huge beard. Just like you look completely different.
You can't get enough calories.
No, you can't get enough calories. There's nothing to like
Without like the proper training, obviously.
Would they put you through, like, say that guy, like, that's got to take a big jolt on, like, your social skills. And, like, would they put you into, like, a facility? Not, like a crazy place, but, like, to get you back to, like, oh, this is, like,
They
eating. And,
might
like, they
have.
can't just be like, oh, here's your money, bye. Like, or do they
Give
do
you some
that?
sort of aftercare.
They-
Yeah,
they
because, like,
must,
40
'cause-
days without, like, once a week for probably 2 hours, maybe, you'd see people for that
Yeah.
medical test.
And I'm sure they're probably not even allowed to like have conversation with you other than what they need for the medical test.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing, too.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that'd be such a trip.
Yeah,
Just
no,
having
the people
someone, like-
the people go crazy. They like half the reason people leave is not because they can't get the food or anything, because like all the people who
They
apply
can't.
for the show are like experts at doing survival. It's just
Oh, okay.
it's just they can't figure out how to like keep their brain sane when they're not able to have any interaction with anyone.
It's too mentally taxing.
Yep.
Mentally taxing.
Has anyone ever brought a book?
No, but I feel like a book would just you'd be done. You're not gonna a book's not gonna keep you like satisfied for 40 or 60 days. Especially
it was a
like
really long book.
That's what I'm thinking. No, seriously,
Dude,
like,
like-
actually, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what if there's a real
I mean,
long
then at least
interesting
when you
book?
finished it, you can like burn it for fire.
Yeah.
See, mine might be a book. I'm gonna get around it and I'm just gonna get the Lord of the Rings, but like all four, like Hobbit, and then of course Fellowship, Two Towers, and Return of the King. Like,
So
but
that's
in
all. That's four.
But you gotta
right?
get
no,
it
no,
in
but
one
I'm
book.
getting the one. I'm getting the
Oh.
one. Yeah, I'm gonna get around it. I'm gonna get. And I bet you people have tried. And they're like, no. That's not how that works. No, not a chance.
Bring this huge tome with you.
I think one of the other hard
Inside
things
there's an
about-
iPad.
they also like don't
A meter long when it's open.
they don't tell you when other people leave. So like you have no idea when you're 40 days in, you have no idea if there's one person left other than you or if there's 8
Everyone.
people left.
Oh, so there's
Everyone's
how many
there.
start?
10.
10, and it's like 5 guys, 5 girls, or just most qualified?
The first season was all guys. Maybe there was one girl, but it like seems like there's more girls each season. So
Okay.
it's
Quality
it's,
and all.
I don't know. I guess so, or maybe just. I mean, I'm
It
assuming
might
the
be just
survivalist.
by sign up and
Yeah, well, it is just by sign up, and like, there's obviously more people signing up than there are spots on the show. But like, I'm pretty sure they're just like, if you're a survivalist, I feel like that field is kind of dominated by men, so there's just more men applicants, I guess.
probably.
But there are, I'm pretty sure there's like 3 or 4 girls on this season. So
And how are they doing?
I mean, it was
No,
only one
did
episode, but like,
did anyone go out in the first episode?
yeah, that.
Someone has to.
Always, Kate. No, but normally more people go out on the first episode. Like in the first season, I think like 3 out of the 10 people were gone after like the first day or the second day. This time there was only one guy on the first day, and it was crazy because he left on the first day because he missed his family. I was like,
What an idiot.
"You signed up for this! Like you know you were supposed to be gone for a long time, and you're gonna leave because you're missing your family on the first day."
I think he just wanted a free trip to Vancouver. This guy.
Well, this one's Argentina, man.
Free trip. That's even better.
Yeah.
He's getting a better bang for his buck. I think that guy actually just did a drug drop. Is what happened. They weren't aware of it, and they paid for his flight. At this
Well, I mean,
point.
there is like you have to qualify for the show. They like this season they even showed some of the there was like a pre-season episode showing like the qualification is like the top like 30 cutting down to the 10 that actually make the show.
Okay.
So like there's obviously some sort of like you actually have to qualify for it by proving that you're good at it.
And how do you prove that? Like
just-
by literally, hey, I can stay a
they
whole
just, like-
weekend without a tent. in this
I don't know.
campground.
I guess they just like show their ability to like make fire and catch. I don't know. I didn't watch that episode because I thought it was boring. so-
Like I
Prove that you already know some of the
Yeah.
techniques to make fire, or if
Yeah.
you.
make traps, stuff like
Yeah.
that, make a shelter. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it. I know that.
No, you wouldn't even apply for that at all.
No.
I wouldn't.
I would last more than one day though. I know that. Unless I was like attacked by a predator and something on my first day. But like
I'd be-
I would last more than one day.
I'd be done because like I don't know. I'm not a camper. I'm not an outdoorsman.
I'm introverted enough to do this.
Well,
I am too. But
Well,
like
I
not.
do that, but I mean, I
don't have
have
the
some of
skills.
these skills.
Yeah, I don't
already.
have any.
if I had, like, I don't think it'd be, well, I'd for sure miss people, but it'd be me more like, once it gets to nightfall, I'd drive myself
Yeah, me
nuts.
too. I'd be crazy.
And that's where I'm sure, like, lots of people would drop out episode 1. Where, like, it's like, you're
Just
by
one
yourself
night, you're-
in the middle.
That
Like,
happened
do
in
they
the first
drop
season.
you literally in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, it's the only rules are that you have to be. There has to be an impassable barrier between you and every other contestant. So like a mountain range that you literally can't get over, or like a huge river that they don't think you can get around or something.
It would be stupid. To
Basically
cross.
because basically because they don't want the contestants to be able to find each other.
Oh, so they're all in roughly this. Oh, I didn't
They're
know
all in the
that.
same like area, but it's far enough away and stuff in between so that they can't actually find each
But
other.
then again, they also have people like scouting the area, so they're like, oh, this. They can all have access to food and
Yeah.
shelter. It's not like one guy's got like he's on an island in the middle of the river. So
There,
you're like, oh no,
there
he's fine. He's
definitely
gonna
are
have a lot of
shittier
food.
spots than other ones, though.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's like determined by, it's just like a random draw to see who gets to pick a spot, and it's just a spot on a map, and you just pick. So you don't really know what's there, but you can kind of see on the map, like if you're near a lake or something, right, or near a river.
Yeah.
But like,
Okay.
so like I guess the people who get to pick last are obviously stuck with probably the crappiest spots, but like you don't know what the terrain is going to be there.
But it could actually be a little paradise.
Yeah, you never know. But
You
like
never
some
know.
people, you just see them, like some people right away the first day they have like literally everything they need, and the other people are like, this sucks. Like they're stuck in like a swampy little marshland that there's nowhere to build a shelter. There's no fresh water. Like they gotta hike forever to find somewhere. So like it's kind of luck of the draw, and also it's kind of luck of the draw. Like if you happen to get dropped off and you're like in a predator's den, like
Well, I'm sure they scout most.
yeah,
of that
I'm
too,
sure
but-
they probably do too, but.
Oh,
Like
so-
some people find like the first night they'll have a bear poking around their camp, and then other people will, like the guy who won on the first season, I'm pretty sure he didn't see a predator the entire time. And I mean, like after the first couple days when you're already set up, like if you're a survival expert, you probably know how to avoid predators. But like the first day when you get dropped off, like that's just luck of the draw.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But in regards, so okay, so in this area, they don't travel. So like once you set up your camp, like that's your camp for the next 40 days or until you leave. essentially.
You can move. There's definitely been people who've set up camp and
But the
like,
people who have won stayed. I'm assuming.
yeah, I think they have. They kind of just found like they knew there was a good spot and they're
Yeah.
just like, yeah, we're gonna stay here.
We're here. Okay.
The first guy was like the guy on the first season. I think that he could have went super long if there had been other people pushing him.
Okay.
Like he seemed super comfortable. He was just like, he was amazing.
So yeah, this is actually great. Can I just move here? I don't really don't
Like,
like my
actually-
family at home. I am kind of just actually I don't have a family. I lied. I just did it to appease the crowd.
like,
Put them on my
he
side.
he didn't seem like he was going that crazy. Whereas like in the second season, there was like 3 guys who made it like super far, and they were all like on the
shit.
brink of cracking, and then 2 of them left, and the other guy won. But like the first season guy, like I'm pretty sure if there was like a lone champions to take like the best people from a couple seasons, like I think he was really good. I don't know anything about this season yet, but
Well, in 10 years when they do this, you'll get your lone champion season.
oh yeah, probably.
And that guy's
gonna be 60 something or 70 something because he was like in his late 50s. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he's probably like getting ready for. Well, now he's retired. Probably.
Oh, probably.
But, like he was getting ready for retirement. Okay, so now we're in the lightning round for a podcast.
Coming to the end. Awesome sound effects.
All right. Well,
All right, so
just-
rapid fire
Yeah,
questions.
I'm
or
gonna
what?
rapid fire you.
Okay.
This one, I'm not giving you an option. Well, I'm gonna give you options, but okay. Speaking just as survivalist, which animal in Canadian mountain range would you least want to encounter?
Bear.
Well, yeah, what kind of bear though?
Grizzly.
Just any bear?
Any bear, man. They're all gonna fuck me up.
Perfect. All right.
What's your favorite song right now?
Oh man, there's so many. I gotta pick one.
Yeah. What have you listened to today? That was really good.
I love Taylor Swift. Blank Space, maybe.
Oh, you just hurt my soul.
Sorry, man. There's so many good songs though.
All right, Cam.
Favorite chip flavor?
Salt and vinegar.
Okay.
Super salad.
Soup. All day.
Okay.
Kate, what was the last book you read?
The last Game of Thrones book.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, I've got an oldie but a goodie question.
Okay.
What would you rather have? 100 duck-sized... What would you have to fight? 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? Fight them to the death.
I'm gonna go with 100 duck-sized horses. They're just smaller. They're more manageable.
Easily
You
kicked.
know what?
Easily kicked aside.
We've had, I think, who said the one horse sized duck?
I can't remember. Someone
Was it
did.
Sam?
I
Maybe.
think it was...
I don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
Yeah.
But
Someone did.
we've had one person and like Grant and her like, you're out of your mind. You know how vicious ducks are? They're the size of a horse.
And it's a horse, man. That
It's the
thing's
size
huge.
of a Volkswagen van. It's a duck.
Yeah, that thing would scare the crap out of me, man.
You know,
The
even
smaller
more
horses?
terrifying? What if it was like, what if you thought it was dead and then they like disposed of it, but they didn't dispose of it properly, and then it came back, it's like how loud is
Cory with an eye. Bring me Cory with an eye.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and you can hear, dude, those footsteps. How fast would it, you know, like mini ducklings are just like zipping around ponds. How fast would that thing be able to swim? Because it's the size of a horse.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, your speedboat, like you'd be dead.
Oh, yeah.
You need more than this. You need a.
Wait, are you fighting this thing in the water?
Wherever it's
I don't know.
I would hope you'd at least get land
It's
advantage.
like your Survivor show. We're dropping you in the middle of nowhere and you're battling.
Oh, I'm not jumping
even
into a
on
lake
land.
to run away from that thing.
Even on land, I've tried to get a golf ball away from a goose before. It's not happening.
Yeah, once they got you locked on, it's over.
Yeah.
And that's a goose-sized goose.
And we're talking yeah, that's a goose-sized goose. We're not talking about a horse-sized goose. All right.
Okay.
Show.
Okay, so have you ever listened to a podcast before?
No, but I'm totally going to search it up after this.
Perfect, excellent. Well, since you haven't listened to it, that's fine. You don't know our theme song, do you?
No.
That's fine. We don't either. You're gonna come up with it right now.
Oh,
That's how we're
God.
gonna close the show. You can either rap it, you can do whatever you want, but you gotta close it out somehow. We can back up sing, we can give you a beat, or you can chant it, you can sing it, do what you want, but you gotta do it.
All right.
All right?
Okay.
Okay, let us go. We'll follow you.
It's called 2/3, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
2/3.
All right. 2/3, 2/3. Everybody gonna listen. 2/3, 2/3. Grant and Cam, and today it's Cory. 2/3 is the best. You guys should listen to this podcast on YouTube all day. Check it out every Thursday. I don't know.
Yay!
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thanks.
I
for
tried
being
my best, guys.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's for the kids.
Don't do drugs.
Good one.
Stay in school.
All right.